Hey, what's going on? Old fashioned ice cream, appliance boot camp, Facebook, YouTube, family and friends. This is Mike Sneed coming to you. Coming to you real quick this afternoon. It's a rainy day here in Raleigh, Clayton, Selma, North Carolina. Had a great GHO experience. So I just got back from GHO yesterday, just really waking up. So I wanted to come to you all real quick because this topic that we're talking about is $400 a day enough for a family of four. This is something that I have been having a conversation with a couple of friends for the last couple of days, and this coming back, just looking at stuff and seeing how far the $400 is going in my personal life. Well, I'm out here now, and I'm kind of running. I'm running some service calls in the afternoons, and like I said, I'm in the process of looking to get some property and rebuild a house and all that. And just as y'all say, life, life is life. And I whatchamacall. I always preach that hey, get out here. You need $400. My little businesses, I try to make them make $400 a day, $400 to $500 a day. That's what I always tried to do. And I based that upon 20 some years ago when I was first getting started, had a small family of four, $400 a day. It was enough for me and my family to live very, very well. And I had to actually wonder where the $400 is going so quick, because I'm telling people, hey, I can go out here and I can make $500 to $700 in an afternoon. In a couple of hours, that money is like it's gone. It's just evaporated out. It's by the time you start try to pay stuff. And like I was telling people, I said, no, if I make $500 in an afternoon, by the time I break it out, I have to keep $250 of it inside the operating account. And matter of fact, let me grab my phone. We're gonna do a little quick math, real quick. All right. So, and this is real life stuff that's happening, and it kind of hit me where the money's going. So we're gonna go 500. So if I make $500 in a day, I times that by 25%. So from that 500. $125 have to go into owner's pay, meaning that has to go into my pay that I'm gonna start paying myself weekly out of. So that'll be your owner's pay. Then from there, you're gonna have 15%, $75 of it got to go to pay for your taxes and stuff. You got to set that aside. You can't touch it. You got to go taxes. And then from there, you have $50. You got $50 to blow, meaning in your profit account. So I take 10% of it, and I got $50 to do whatever I want to do with it. This week, we're doing stuff for the GHO and helping out with that type of stuff. Then $250 got to stay inside to keep the business running. So I was saying, I have to go out and make $500 in order for me to have $50 to play with. and I'm doing too much playing. I'm saying it take a lot of money. You have to make a lot of money to have a lot of money to play with. And so and I was thinking about back in the days when I was first getting started doing this appliance repair. Houses back then, if you had a $250,000 house 20 some years ago when I first purchased my first house, that was a huge house. 300,000 was a huge house. You talking 5,000 square feet or whatnot back then. You paid 300,000 for a house. That was a huge house. Most houses was going for 150,000, between I say 120 to 200. Was the average nice house where you could get like a 3,000 square foot house, 3 or 4 bedrooms, nice location, everything was less than 200,000. I mean, and then those same houses now that you pay 200,000 for, and those same communities now those houses are going for 700,000, 800,000. To go get a decent place somewhere now costs you $600,000 to get started into a house. And that's what if you've been able to go outside and do your arms like that and to be able to hit both of your neighbors' houses. And so you don't that $500 that I was talking about don't go that far. Not only that, private school. No, I have family of four. I'm talking about being able to do what I've done, where you could have 2 kids into private school. You wouldn't be able to do that. Private school has went up. Back in those days, it was costing me right at about $2,000 a month to put 2 kids into private school. So I don't know, but I know that's probably just daycare for 1 kid a month. Now probably $2,000 if you had 1 kid to go to daycare. More or less talking about private school. Not only that, the mortgage is going to go up, so you're going to pay about $3,000 a month in mortgage. If you had a car note, you would have to pay, I don't know how much money in a car note. Not only that, if you were doing like if your kids was doing extracurricular stuff back then, my kids were doing travel, cheerleading and stuff like that. That was costing. It was costing about $400 a month just for the training to do the cheerleading training, not including every month you were going someplace. And when I say going someplace, you weren't going across town to go cheerleading. You know, you would have to get on the airplane and go somewhere to go cheerlead. And once you got there, you were spending anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 on that weekend. And that's and Lord knows. If you had another child, I had another child outside before I got married, so you had to pay child support to support that child. I don't think now $400 a day could cut it. Most people at that time weren't making $200 a day. So most people weren't making $20 an hour back then. So I come around and I'm making $400 a day. It was more than 2 people incomes combined. Now, fast food people are making making probably $160 a day or more. They're making $20 an hour. So now the cost of everything has went up. So you're not able to do it anymore, I think, off of $400 a day. So that brings me into you all. I want to know how people are making it. That's the question. I was like, how are these people making it? Because I'm seeing that how much you can do with an extra $500 a day, how small you can do for extra $500 a day. What are these? Where are all these people making it now? How are they making it without having some type of skilled trade? I could not imagine being out here and having a small family and just depending upon one income, just depending on one source of income to actually make it. Because the bills don't care if you get paid once or twice a week. Like I was telling somebody, if I was just dependent upon just one source of income, and I had somebody go down and it was an accident, like their bicycle handlebars hit the window in the appliance boot camp, and it cracked the window. It doesn't matter. That's $1,000. And accidents don't care when you get paid. So there's $1,000 to get that thing fixed. And so you have to, just like we do, I have to pay him $800 and some dollars. So I have to pay him like $400 and some dollars to order the thing. And then it takes like 2 weeks. So you have to go order the glass and get it cut. So then he'll come back and I'll pay him another thing. So accidents don't care when you get paid. They happen. You got to have the money to get that stuff fixed. So how I want to know, how are these people making it? They don't feel like they need to go and learn a skilled trade or anything. So I want to know how are they making it? All right. So we're gonna. I'll just come to you real quick. It's a Sunday, and I got stuff I want to do this Sunday. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this and then of the chats, and then I'm getting out of here because this is my day off, and I need to go. I've got to go do some grocery shopping, and I want to go grab me a good Sunday dinner. I was gonna cook, but I decided I'm gonna get me a good Sunday dinner. All right, man's advice. No, more like $600 a day. Yeah, you got to do $600 to $700 a day, to be honest. To making, you got to be honest. I think you got to be bumping up close to 1,000 almost to live the lifestyle that I lived back in back when I was coming up with my family 20 some years ago, you got to be bumping up close to $1,000 a day to do it. And a lot of you all are doing it. Shout out to everybody who's calling me and telling me, man, I hit $1,000 today part time doing this stuff. So shout out to you all. That's what you got to do it. And I'm bumping up against that quite a bit too. When I push myself, I can hit $1,000 and get it. Call me when. What's up, Mike? Hey, how you doing? All right. Mangrel Fortentes. Why are you not a millionaire yet, Mike? All right, let's talk about that. A millionaire. I remember when I was first trying to get out the rat race. My thing was I wanted to be a multi-million. I wanted to make $1 million, and then I wouldn't have to work anymore. It's not so much me not being a millionaire. If you were to take all my properties and all that stuff, added up my net worth, I'm well over $1 million. But you got to have what we call cash flow. You got to have liquid. So you can be a millionaire and not have cash flow. The thing that we're talking about now is cash flow. But if you're looking at all my assets, yeah, I'm well over $1 million. If you look at assets, so that's not really an issue. You have to look at 3 commercial properties, residential properties. Matter of fact, my old house that I used to have was bumping up real close to $1 million. So it's not so much having so much the net worth. You got to look at cash flow. So what we're doing now, we're trying to generate enough cash flow so you can keep on to holding on to that net worth that you have and don't have to be selling it off. And so with that, I'm trying to create more cash flow. And I have a strong cash flow thing. I don't want nobody to think I'm coming up here crying because I need I need you all to help me out. I'm doing very, very well. Doing very well. So I'm good that way. But I'm actually looking at it now because I have to pay closer attention to what I'm doing because I'm 52 years old. My body is not what it used to be. And I got to make changes going forward because I got to make sure that I can sustain the lifestyle that I have. You can't just put your head in the sand and say, hey, what's going to happen is going to happen. It don't work like that. I'm out here now trying to create enough cash flow so that I don't have to depend on anybody. And when I say cash flow, I mean, I got to get the ice cream parlor where it's generating enough cash. I thought $500 a day was good to come out of there to take care of me and what I need to do. I'm finding out if just that one place can generate me $500 a day, it's not going to do it. I have another one that be coming online next year. So with that coming online next year, hopefully that'll give me an additional $400 or $500 a day during that time. So I'll be bumping $1,000 there. I can't say too much, but I have certain other things that generate a little over $100,000 a year. So I'm doing quite well. So yeah, and like they say, $1 million. Don't think $1 million go somewhere now. $1 million don't go anywhere. We have quite a few people that probably made. I named quite a few. I had just about everybody in this that started back when we first started the appliance boot camp. I'm willing to bet. If matter of fact, instead of me doing that, if you have made collectively over $1 million in doing appliance repair since I've came on here, and if you taken the advice that I've told you about appliance repair, and you made collectively, I ain't talking about 1 year and 6 months. I'm talking about since you've been doing appliance repair, which I only been online for about maybe 4 or 5 years. If you have been doing appliance repair off the stuff that I've told you and what you learned from me, or after learning about appliance repair since I came on, just put a 1 in the comments. How many people have made over $1 million collectively? In 3 years, 4 years. If you made over $1 million. If you made over $1 million, put 1. If you made over 500,000, put 2. So we can show Manquel what we're talking about. And then they'll tell you making $1 million ain't a lot of money. It ain't a lot of money going. So you got to get it up where you can't think about one big lump sum. You got to start looking at how you're going to create cash flow so you don't have to be out there working and stuff every day. Because the way society is set up with the inflation and stuff like that, what's good, like I say, 20 years ago, $400 was good. $400 a day today ain't that good. So you want to be able to have some type of a business or something that you can do that can hedge against inflation, that you can ratchet up and get up past inflation so you can maintain your same lifestyle. And that's what I'm talking about today. What I thought was a great lifestyle, I was thinking 20 years ago. Coming back into today's time, it's not going to be able to do the same thing I done 20 years ago. So now I'm starting to sound like my father, who always thought, why are you trying to go online and get a job? You need to go to the place and fill out an application. That's what he done. And he would get mad at his grandkids and stuff when they started they be emailing resumes, or they at home on the computer trying to get a job. And you can't get no job like that. Go to the place and fill out an application. And you can't tell him, hey, you go to that job and try to knock on the doors and get an application, you probably get arrested. This is the way they do it now. So that's what I'm saying now. You thinking they're $1 million don't go nowhere now. As a matter of fact, a lot of these people who building ice cream parlors, if by the time you buy a building and build it out, you $1 million in it. So $1 million don't go anywhere now when you start trying to build something. Miguel, you're tripping on. No, he good. I like for people to ask questions like that, because maybe somebody else wanted to know too about that. So I have no problem with being transparent with people. Untamed Kango, hey folks. Hey Mike, hey, how you doing? Mike Evans. Like I said, once again, if you made over $1 million collectively in appliance repair, put a 1 in the comment. If you made over 500,000, put a 2 in the comment. And we're gonna see how many we got. 2, watchful. Do you think drive-in cleaning can make that difference? Oh yeah, you can do that in drive-in cleaning. You can make 4, especially right now. If you were to be riding, right now is what we call fire prevention month. If you were to be riding that and marketing with it and stuff, yeah, you can do it. You can get one complex. I remember back in the days, we had a guy called in. He got one apartment complex that paid him, I think it was like $40,000 or $50,000, and he done that in like a month or 2. So yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Jeremiah Young, are you doing commercial appliance training? No, I'm not. I'm doing. I just do residential starting off. Once you do residential, you can do commercial. Commercial, to be honest with you, commercial, especially the cooking side, even the refrigeration side, to me is easier than the residential, because you're not going to run into all those control boards and stuff. Especially the cooking side. Cooking side just straightforward. So you can easily once you learn the residential, then you go and start working on the commercial, and it's pretty easy. It's the same, under the same. A man's advice. A lot of people are living on credit cards, behind on their rent and car note. They can't afford. More outcome than income. Yeah. I've been trying to figure out how they're doing it. My apps. What's up, Mike? Looking at commercial work because people are delaying repairs in my area and living on credit cards. Oh, okay. All right. A man's advice. I agree with you on that $1,000 a day. You want to get ahead, not just get into life. Okay. Michael Manuel. $1 million now feels like 100,000. Okay. Okay. Hey, now Dr. Funk. $1 million is now the new 6-figure level. Okay, yeah, I think that's what it is now. Okay. Frank Evans. Lots of money in drive-in cleaning. I do that now. Okay, good stuff. All right. Code CX. Okay. Mike, what's up, brother? Love from Charlotte. Love from CLT. I think that's Charlotte. I think. Need that video about my man who needed candy money. Oh, okay. Love that video about my man who needed candy money. Okay, yeah. He was good. The little young guy. Yeah, he does good. Okay, yeah. So, but once again, if you're in the, maybe people don't want to let people know, but if you made over $1 million doing appliance repair collectively, just put a 1. Maybe I got some text messages. Maybe people don't want to know what's going on. Want people to know what they got going on. Let's look and see. Some people been texting. Oh Lord. Okay. I read your text. All right. Okay, there we go. Quentin Lamar Sr. Hello, Mike. How are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good. Things are going real good. I cannot complain. Okay. Code CX say he got -1. I guess he lost $1 million or he made $1 million. But with this appliance repair, and I believe if you just starting out and you doing it, you can make $1 million in 5 years. Collectively, you can make $1 million in 5 years. But you'll look up and don't know where it went. I tell you that you can make it, but you'll look up and say, "Man, I ain't got you now." Do you have $1 million saved? No, you won't have $1 million saved. Not unless you intentionally done that. That's why I intentionally started buying real estate. So I store my money better in real estate. If you don't intentionally put that money someplace, you'll look up and want to know where that money is at. You look at some of the people now that we're seeing get into the later years that made 100 million, 300 million, and they don't know where that money's went. It just evaporates. Money got to keep moving. You got to put it into something to store it. Then once you put it into something to store it, you got to make that money actually start producing. And that's another thing too. Like I got a couple of houses I haven't finished building out, and I've been talking to people behind the scenes trying to figure out what it is I want to do with it. Do I want to go now and just build me someplace to stay? Right now where I'm staying at, it's doing the job for me, and I'm happy here, and I'm able to stay here. But do I need to go ahead and build me somewhere now, and then go back and finish building out all my places that create me cash flow? Or do the first thing I do is go out and get the cash flow secured, build that stuff out, and while I still got a little bit of youth and a little bit of still got the capacity and the physical capability of doing it. And so then if something was to go wrong with me, after I finished building them out, I got enough cash flow to be able to pay for somebody to help me and not be a burden on my kids or society. I would hate to go out and go build out a brand new house, and then from there end up with with a new house but no cash flow, sitting in a new house and have to go to my family and friends or to the state to get my ends met. So that's what I'm trying to figure out now. And I've been looking at some house plans and stuff, and it got me back motivated. Shout out to my architect. He's been helping me kind of figure out where I want to go. And so we'll see. 89 Dr. Funk. Real quick, Mike, since I've been in appliance repair, I'm doing light HVAC work now. Appliance repair, open up possibility to other trade. Yeah, always. Hey, what's going on, DCNF? What's good, Mike? Yeah, always. Once you get into the appliance repair and you start running that business, it'll open up other opportunities. You get to see more opportunities that you can actually get out there and make some money in. I had a young guy who does appliance repair. He hit me up maybe 2-3 weeks ago. He had got a hit for almost 10,000. He had got a hit for doing something totally other than appliance repair, and he said he was going to put that into his business that he currently is doing. So it does open stuff up. Hold on a second. People are calling me, so I'm getting text messages and people calling me about the $1 million. So we got people. Trust me, we got people. And since they started doing appliance repair, it was made over $1 million. So they're texting me and they're calling me. So people probably just don't want to. I ain't no probably. I shouldn't be telling you all either how much what my cash position is. But yeah, it's there. It's there. And like I said, all right, they networking in there. Everything I'm telling you all is stuff that I'm actually living and doing, and I'm seeing it firsthand. So I'm coming out giving you all a report of what I'm seeing, and I'm telling the people coming behind us. The bar has been moved. Everything has went up so much in prices and stuff that you're gonna have to find you a skilled trade or something to make you some money to be able to secure your livelihood in your later years. And before you know it, 50 will be here. It's like it was just yesterday that I was sleeping in my bedroom at my parents' house, and to where I'm at right now at 50 some years old. You're going to look up and 50 will be here before you know it. And if you haven't planned accordingly, you can be in some bad shape. You don't want to have to be at 50 and then just trying to get started out and don't have any ways or anything to actually generate no cash. You don't want to do that. All right. They networking. We'll read this. A man's advice. You have to invest the money. If you're not, you will lose it. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. You have to invest it and put it someplace up, or else life will take it. Mikey, I might do work like Strike Check starting out. Diagnosis for company. Yes, Strike Check is good. I do a lot. I used to do a lot for Strike Check. And then my nephew took over. So, but we did a lot for Strike Check. All right, they networking. Like I said, I just came on here real quick, trying to keep it under 30 minutes. Just give y'all something to think about. Give y'all a heads up. Like I say, that $400 a day is not. I don't think it's enough. I know it's not enough to be able to live the lifestyle that I lived 20-some years ago. Do the things that I've done then. You all gonna have to get your money up. In the process of getting your money up, you better get your skills set up. I suggest the skill trades. Looking at a video with Shannon Sharp was interviewing Killer Mike, and Killer Mike was saying the same thing. He was like, hey, he go to T.I. house, and him and T.I. got to get on stage and sing and dance to make their money. But there's a guy in there that own an HVAC company living better than they are in their place. And people are starting to see that the skilled trades is good. That's why the Hispanic community has overran us, because they in their skilled trades. And once you do that, once you're in the skilled trades and you know how to fix stuff, know how to build stuff. Even if they could throw you into the hood or the ghetto, you'll build it out. I was reading a book right now called The Color of Law, and they're talking about in San Francisco when they they'll have to build. The blacks moved there during World War II to start building warships and stuff like that. And when they got there to the warships, though they wouldn't even give the banks was funny. The federal government came out and said, okay, you can you have to loan African Americans mortgages, money to buy houses, give them mortgages. This in the that's another thing. We don't have to go back to slavery to find out that we were bad. The government came up and forced us to get into the situation we in. During the 1940s, when the blacks during World War II, they started off. All the white men had to leave the corporation. No, back then, not only blacks couldn't get no jobs, but white women couldn't get no jobs. Only person could work with white men. All the white men had to go over to fight the war. So what they done, they filled in with the white women. That's how you got Rosie Riveter and all that stuff. And they out there, they building the factories. Well, anyway, man, I'm dropping stuff everywhere. But anyway, they thought it was gonna be a quick war, and they got in there and found out, Japan and Germany want no pushovers, even though they ain't much bigger than the state of North Carolina. They was ready for them. And so with that, they didn't have enough people, they didn't have enough power to actually to build the stuff they need to build and keep the U.S. moving. So then they start hiring the African American men to come to these cities and actually to build the manufacturing and stuff. Well, when the white people was over there building and moving to these cities to build and work at these manufacturing places, the government came in and built government housing projects for them. But and they had stuff in there so that if they make it so that it didn't become a ghetto, you had to make a certain amount of money. You couldn't be unwed. It was all the stuff, and they put them in. When the blacks showed up to come there and work, the government wouldn't give them no housing, and they go try to buy housing. The banks wouldn't loan them money. So then what happened? The government came in and said you gotta loan money to African Americans, and so but this was the catch. In order for you to get a mortgage, they say, in order for you to get a mortgage, you had to you had to actually had to have a mortgage insurance. So the insurance company wouldn't underwrite black mortgages and wouldn't insure the houses because they say black people houses was too prone to getting burned down. And it was the white community that was burning them down. So what would happen? They'll come you build a house, they'll come burn your house down. And then the insurance company say, nah, y'all too high for rich, your house will get burned down. So we ain't gonna give you no mortgage. So so what happened, a lot of these blacks that went there, they took cash and bought property and they took the scraps coming off of when they used to ship the supplies and those crates, the wood off the crates, they took that and built their houses out of, and built houses, and because they had the skilled trades that they were building it, and then the community getting started, and they doing quite well, done so well that sometimes the city will look over there and say, man, they done took some place that we had just put off as dessert and stuff that we don't need. They done built it up. Now we're gonna go there. We're gonna incorporate that town and make it part of this town. You got to start paying taxes on this stuff. So they will go and incorporate them. When they incorporate them, they'll go look at their properties and say, well, it's not built to code, so you got to tear it down. They'll tear the houses down. They have to rebuild it. They've done it 2 or 3 times because they had the skilled trade to do it and couldn't stop them. And that's what the skilled trade does. It allows even if you can build, it doesn't matter. You can't stop a guy from doing it. To where we're at now, where they took the men out the home, so you couldn't pass that skill set line to them or down to them. You took the knowledge base from us. They took the men out and told them they had to go, put them in jail so they don't have access to the younger generation. The school system, they took auto mechanics. They took masonry. They took residential wiring. What I took in high school. They took all that out, added basketball fundamentals, weightlifting. I remember in high school, my electrical teacher was mad because they were adding weightlifting. They were adding basketball fundamentals to the curriculum and doing away with Victor. And at the time, we was, Mr. E, why you mad? People can go pro in basketball. We need to lift weights and stuff. And he was telling us that was the stupidest thing in the world. I remember he told me that. Mike, you're too smart to be in weightlifting. You need to take an AP class. But that's what they done, and they allowed us to do that. And now to where we're at now, where you got grown men. I go and I leave out going to my place in Selma. I see grown men standing in the food line, trying to get food. You grown men 6'6" standing out there, and ain't nothing wrong with them. Can't feed themselves. You out there living in I just don't understand it. You out there living in the woods amongst everything. It ain't hit your mind. I'm gonna plant me a little garden out here for me, so I ain't gotta go out there in that line every day begging. And ain't nobody bothering me here. I'm gonna plant me a garden. I'm gonna get me a rabbit, or let's come together and get us a deer, and we shoot the deer and kill it, and we can eat it for a week off of that. Or they got wild hogs, all this stuff that you can do where you don't have to go beg. And now that's where we're at, where we can't do anything. And they got you. And now because they figure that you're non-existent, so you ain't adding nothing to the society. Then now everybody ignore you. This weekend, like I said, Jiho, the best food. We had all this food there at our tailgate. The food that people came there trying to get the most. Believe it or not, my man E-Dog, Eric, he grew up on a farm. He got a farm, and he still farm, and he still can all the stuff that come out the garden. He has so much stuff that he can't eat it all. He can't give away all of it. So what he does, the stuff that's 2 years old, and he got a new crop coming in, he bring all those vegetables, his corn, his string beans, his butter beans. He bring all that stuff to the tailgate, and it's been canned, and we just warm it up on the grill. And people don't want the fried chicken. They don't want the fish and stuff. They waiting in line. When he gonna put some more corn out there? When he gonna put those string beans out there? Because it's a totally different taste, and they love it. And we could be doing the same. But they got us to a point where we figured we can't do anything without them giving it to us. I'm gonna read a couple more of these, and I'm getting out of here. All right. Hey, what's up, cuz? Cuz Scotty, that's my cousin. Say cuz spitting things. A man advice. It doesn't help that they're finding the fact that they. It doesn't help if they're hiding the fact they made over $1 million. Just let other text. No, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible to make $1 million. Michael Manuel. Mike, how do you feel about property? They're good. I think once you get up and you're doing COD, you need to have at least one. I had about two. At least one good property management company that's sending you work, because no property management company, they have 1,200 houses, and that'd be 3 or 4 stops every week that you be going to. Sometimes we had one in Durham that they had so many houses. They had like apartment complexes, and they had so many apartments and stuff that I would just take one day and we go there, and they give you a little golf cart, and they give you the master key, and they give you a stack of work orders, and they just tell you just go there and fix them. And that's what we'll do. We'll go there, fix them, and it was right down from D&L in Durham, and we'll go there, and while I'm diagnosing them and stuff, I get call D&L. They have all my parts ready. I spend a half a day diagnosing, and then go back to the afternoon, put the parts on, and and then they give you a check within 5 to 6 days. Now they give you a credit card right in the office. The places I go to now, especially I got a doctor's office. It's a pediatrician office. They have a bunch of them all across the area, and they call me all the time to fix their freezers and their appliances and stuff. And once you're done, you go to the front desk. The lady don't. She's busy on the phone. When I get there, all she does is put the card on the desk. I put the information in, get my money, and I'm gone. All right. Hidden treasure. We should all link and start an appliance line. Yeah, that's Slick been saying that for years. Mickey, wow. 89 Dr. Funk. And Mike, that's why we can't depend on the government. They play too many mental gymnastic games. Building from the mud is the way to go. Yeah. They whatchamacallit? They done that, like I say, and then it was crazy. Once they got you out there and whatnot, they what else did they do to them? They got them out there, made them work, and then when the white people when the war was over with, and the white people, but eventually they had to send those black people out. Those black men had to go and help win that war. So it got to a point that the black men had to get out the factories and had to go over there and help fight. So we came in and helped fight. So we helped them 2 ways to win that war. One, we helped them build the ships. We helped them supply the supplies and stuff they needed, and kept the country running when they didn't have enough manpower. And then when they needed enough soldiers, we went over there and helped them literally fight and kill. And then our black women then got a chance to go in there and do some work. And then when they came back, they allowed all of those people who went over there and fight that was in the army to get the GI Bill and to get the military loan for houses and stuff like that. But African Americans couldn't. So that's where most of the money was made during those 40s, during what they call the Greatest Generation. When they came back, all those people who had fought in World War II, when they came back, the government allowed them to get get those low interest government loans to get into houses and stuff. And they whatchamacallit. They wouldn't allow us to do that. So we couldn't buy property when it was really, really cheap. And then on top of that, they then said, okay, with the projects, only black people could go into these projects now on this government housing. It used to be, it was integrated. And you had to be married. You had to keep a clean house, and they would have people to go out and look at your houses and stuff and make sure that where you was currently living was clean. You had to have a record of making your mortgage payments and stuff. The projects then was not intended for some place for you to go because you couldn't afford rent. It was some place to go to people who had good character, a good work ethic. You had to have a stable job. And you had it was a place to give middle class people a step up. Then when they came back, all the projects and stuff were gone. All the people, because all the white people got to move into the suburban and to middle class because of the loans and stuff from the government and stuff, government backed loans, and and they needed somebody going to the projects. They shoved us into the projects, and when they shoved us into those projects, because all those empty buildings, that's when they started putting the worst of us in there. And turned it into a ghetto. Once they put that and turned it into a ghetto, that's where we're at now. And that's why people used to not complain about government housing being in your neighborhood because there's a strong middle class in there. But once they turned into a ghetto, nobody wanted them there because they saw all the stuff that came with it. And then on top of that, it got labeled that we were the ones. They was like, well, when white people were living in the projects, it was nice. But when those black people moved in, that's when it became bad because what happened, the black people, the black families and stuff, the middle class family who needed to go in there, they couldn't go in there. They look at it used to be, they look at your income. They say, okay, you need to go in there because this right here give you a leg up and you can move on. Now they look at your income and say, nah, you make too much money. You go figure out. So now you got to go out here and struggle to try to, a young family to try to make it. And they push the brokest person in there. And with that mindset, it just went everywhere. I'll read these two, then I'm getting out of here. I've been here too long. Lean B. Property management is a great. Yeah, 20 to 30 calls a month. Yep, there you go. Learn B. Hey, what's going on, Evenly Yoke TV? Peace and blessings, Mr. Sneed. Hope all is well with you. We are still working hard selling this kettle corn and fixing the appliance. Stay dressed, brother. All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, so I've been here a little longer than I wanted to. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll be back with you all later this week. So once again, thank you all for watching. Get you a trade if it's not applying for pay. Learn you some type of trade or learn you some type of small business that you're in charge of that can generate you over $500 a day. Out there doing it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Okay. Real quick, Mike, the same game has been played on LinkedIn. It is. I ain't been on LinkedIn. So it's not like the same game's been played on LinkedIn. MacArthur Moore. How much do you charge them companies? You need to whatchamacallit. If you need to get the blue book, if you don't know how to charge, get the blue book. And it'll tell you how to charge. All right. So once again, I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.